For starters, if you could throw some light on the current state of the economy, there are several captains of India Inc. who are of the opinion that a lot of major announcements have been made, but perhaps the trickle-down effect is yet to be seen. Do you think the impatience is justified?
You know, we must understand the system. The system takes a little time. Policies are made at the top, but it takes a little time for them to percolate and become effective at the ground level. So my advice to industrialists will be hold your patience, and there is no reason for disappointment. If you have any issue with the policies, then take it up with the government. But implementation is something which is following and will continue to follow until the policies are fully implemented.
How long do you see the growth story translating onto the ground, sir?
There cannot be any growth story without growth at the grassroots level, at the ground level. And that's why I'm saying it is not important for growth to be merely statistical. Growth must be felt at the ground level.
All right, sir. If you look at the RBI stance, sir, you've been very vocal about the fact that perhaps the RBI needs to go in for a few more bold rate cuts to inject some fizz into the economy. What do you have to say about the recent monetary policy stance taken by the RBI?
The 25 basis point rate cut was inadequate, so it had no impact. The background in which this rate cut was done was extremely negative, and it sent very wrong signals for the economy. I have nothing against RBI using its monetary policy, but you can't imagine every adverse condition over the next 365 days and say this is the reason why I will not cut rates now. Monsoon, for instance. The RBI was very negative about the monsoon because they believed the predictions. But we now know that monsoons are overperforming, and therefore a thing has not happened until a thing has happened. There has been no Greek exit from the Eurozone. There has been no increase in interest rate by the US. These things cannot be negatively imagined at a given point of time.
So are you trying to say that perhaps the RBI, the central bank, was maybe a little pessimistic in its outlook?
It was overly negative. It was quite clearly negative about the future, which has not been warranted by subsequent events. Suppose they had been positive. Suppose they had gone in for a heftier rate cut. The Indian economy, the sentiment in the economy, and a modern economy runs on sentiment. The sentiment in the economy would have improved dramatically.
So if 25 bips was not enough, what kind of a rate cut do you think was the need of the hour, or is the need of the hour, so to say?
No, another 100 basis points. I will suggest a whole percentage point reduction because we have inflation under control. The global situation today is benign. The monsoon is overperforming, as I said. So there is no reason why it should not be done.
All right, sir. One aspect on the banking sector, sir. The entire banking sector is reeling under several bad loans. The RBI recently has given more teeth to bankers and has told promoters that you can go ahead and convert bad loans into equity, perhaps in some cases even acquire majority control. How do you think this will pan out practically, and what are your thoughts on this route being given?
RBI has not done anything new. All this is provided for in the SARFAESI Act, which was passed in the year 2002. So it is 13-year-old story. The RBI is only prompting the banks to do what the SARFAESI Act enables or empowers them to do. And by all means, I have just said in this function that banks should clearly divide their clients into three parts, deal with the willful defaulters as criminals and haul them over the coals. Then you have incompetent entrepreneurs who have not succeeded in their business. There you need to take over the business and replace them with a more enterprising entrepreneur. And the third is genuine cases where the loans have turned bad because of reasons beyond the control of the entrepreneur, like land acquisition, like forest and environmental clearance, other government clearances, etc. Deal with them with sympathy and make sure that their loans are restructured and they are enabled to move forward. There is a KYC, know your client norm, operating in every bank.
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/ETNow and don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at ETNowLive. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/user/ETNow.